Hey friends, happy new moon in Taurus. We're going to go ahead and tap in for a pick a card reading. So you could see the 4 different piles laid out here. Tune into your intuition, choose the number that you're feeling drawn to. We've also got different charms here associated with each deck here. So the first pile, we have the heart. It's like a halfway full heart. Then for the second charm, we have the cherries. For the third charm, we have this little flower thingy. And for the fourth charm, we have the planet Saturn. All right, so let's go ahead and tap in. Drop the charm or the pile that you chose below in the comments. Check out the description box for the timestamp so you can go ahead and click directly into your reading. Let's go ahead and dive in. All right, so for those of you that chose pile number 1, you chose the half full heart. All right, this might signify that you're in a space of healing, especially with the color blue coming through. This is a very soothing color, so some of you might be in a space where you're trying to fill your heart up. I'm hearing with the things that you love. All right, so this could be hobbies that you're interested in. This could be people that you're surrounding yourself with. I heard music that you really enjoy. So you are just over there filling up this beautiful heart of yours. I'm also getting that you could be gearing up to express something. Once your heart is full of this blue color, it is going to activate your throat chakra, and you are going to be expressing yourself from a more heartfelt space. Moving forward, whether that's within your interpersonal relationships or just the way that you're expressing yourself in general, it's going to come from the heart. Especially those of you that are creatives or artistic in any type of way, this is a really good energy for you to really just be able to fluidly express, the different ideas and thoughts and emotions that you're having. So I really love this. We're going to get into the cards and see what's coming through for those of you that chose pile number 1. So what can no longer be hidden, or excuse me, what are you letting fade out of your influence at this time with this new moon in Taurus? Is the 9 of Cups. So anything that's not making you happy, okay? If it's not filling your cup, not making you just feel like, oh my gosh, I'm just so elated and in love with life, you're over it, okay? So you're letting things fade out that are not pouring into you. Let me bring back this little charm. I think it is very significant for your reading here. So yes, if it's not in alignment with your heart, you're just like, I don't really want to do it. I don't really want to waste my time. This just might not be the thing that's for me. Now, also, I'm seeing with this 9 of Cups, what you're letting fade out of your influence. It could be a sense of hyper independence, okay? Now, this is a beautiful space to be in of the 9 of Cups. This is someone who is very self-sufficient. They've done the inner work. They don't really need anyone to, feel good about themselves, which is great. I think you guys have gone through that kind of work. But now it seems like you're moving into a space where partnership might be something that is a little more prioritized, okay? Where you are opening yourself up to the idea of either being in a romantic relationship, or for some of you this could be friendships that you're exploring, family relationships, whatever, where you're getting into a space of relying on people a little more than you are used to. All right. Also, I'm getting from this 9 of Cups, some of you are moving past this energy of not seeing the magic within you, not seeing your value. All right, there's this little treasure box here down in the corner, and this is something that is available to you. It's accessible within you. And some of you, you kind of been sleeping on yourself, essentially. So this 9 of Cups is definitely, an energy of waking up to the truth of who you are, what you're capable of, what you have within you. and you know what you can create here as well. So this is a really powerful energy. So what can you commit to creating going forward here in this cycle? We have the sun. This is so beautiful for you, pile number one. Commit to your happiness. These are both cards that exude happiness, all right? So if you are doing anything that is draining your life force energy, it is just not doing it for you anymore, you need to figure out a strategy to remove yourself from this situation. It might not be as easy as, oh, I'm just gonna go in here and quit my motherfucking job today. Like, it might not be that, okay? It might be like, okay, this job is sucking the life out of me. I am going to, you know, put a plan in action. And it is my goal here within the next 3 to 6 months to be in a different job, you know, to start my own business, to do this, to do that, okay? I heard to travel the world. Some of you might be deciding to do the whole nomad thing. So you might be looking for work that will support you in being a digital nomad, okay? Where you can kind of work from home and just kind of do your thing. So some of you could be looking for that opportunity. What you could also be committing to creating going forward with the sun is literally creating, okay? The sun represents Leo energy, the inner child, you know, that desire to be seen, right? For what you bring to the world, what you offer. And like I was saying in the Nine of Cups, stop sleeping on yourself. You have so many gifts to offer to the world, but I don't know if you even look at them as gifts. Okay, you might just be thinking like, that's just regular degular whatever, and like the spirits, the universe are like, no, it's not. You know, that's something that you know, God bestowed upon you, right? That is your gift. And you know, imagine, and look, in this new age, these motherfuckers out here is crazy, okay? Like, people be so damn ungrateful. I don't like that gift. Like, that's not what I wanted. Like, god damn, it's the thought that counts. Like, geez, I will next time just not get you a gift. But imagine saying that to God. Like, I don't like this gift. Like, this is bullshit. This ain't what I asked for. Like, and then God is looking at you like, all right, you ungrateful bitch. Like, you're not getting any more gifts. God would never, like, if I was God, but I'm not God. I be calling y'all all types of ungrateful, because what the fuck you think this is? Like, I ain't even have to give you nothing in the first place. So, I don't know. This is a really hilarious conversation that is playing out in my head for some reason. So, this could be a conversation that you kind of low-key have had with God. And God looking at you like, bitch, is you crazy? Like, what? Please, embrace your gifts. Like, that's basically, like, that's rude, you know, for somebody to give you a gift and you just be like, yeah, I don't fuck with this shit, okay? Granted, it might not be exactly what you wanted, but it's just like, all right, you know, I'm gonna make use of this thing, this gift here. So that's what God is, you know, asking you to do. Make use of the damn gifts that you have been given, okay? Instead of looking around and maybe comparing yourself to other people. Why I ain't got that gift? Like, y'all know how many people probably be looking at my damn tarot channel. Why I can't read tarot cards? Like, why I can't start a channel? Like, I mean, first of all, you can. But second of all, you might just not be a tarot reader. Like, maybe you're meant to be an astrologer. Maybe you're meant to read runes. Maybe you're meant to, I don't know, scry or some shit. Maybe you're meant to just deliver like channeled messages or some shit like that. So yeah, it's just about like really embracing what you are gifted in, okay? What's the next step that you need to take? The Ten of Wands, letting go of all this bullshit, baggage, burdens, the heaviness that you might even associate with some of your gifts. Like, oh, I didn't ask for this. It's giving me, I'm that girl, Beyonce, Renaissance. I can't remember the word she said exactly, but it was something like, I didn't want this power. Yeah, that's what she said. I didn't want this power. So for some of you, yeah, you have been gifted like some sort of powers, and you might feel like it's kind of a gift and a curse maybe. But no, like, this is meant to literally just be a gift for you. It's meant to be a gift for people in the world, for the collective consciousness. Like, yes. So some of you are needing to release this like belief, this ideology, like, oh, this is a curse. Like, this, you know, comes with so much, you know, other shit that, you know, I didn't realize, da 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 da. Like, get out of that, okay? So yeah, some of you need to let that go. With the Ten of Wands, you know, any type of things that feel like burdens, once again, that aren't in alignment with your happiness, let it go, okay? I don't care what this is. Now, like I said, I'm not telling you to go into your job tomorrow on Monday morning and be like, yeah, bitch, y'all ain't finna see me no more. I ain't say do that, okay? Danny would never have you out here down bad, broke as fuck, okay? You got a plan for moves like that. So start making your exit plan. That's what I'm getting. This is an exit strategy for those of you that chose pile number 1, or this half full heart here. Yeah, half-hearted. There could be something that you're doing right now where it's just like you're half-hearted about it. Maybe you ain't got no heart in it at all. And that is definitely a sign that it's time to kind of switch gears. It's time to pivot, move in a different direction. Some of you literally could be, oh my God, why my cards do that? I kid y'all not. I kid you not. So on my cards, they just went crazy over here, but the only one that flipped out upright was a happiness card. This is your message, y'all. Like, you are meant to be happy. That's a song, happiness. Some Afro beats person, I think Gunna is on that song too, or some shit. But yeah, y'all might want to look up that song. Let me get my other cards because they are on the floor here. Oh goodness. Ooh, now you know I can't be doing all this bending over and stuff. But yes, like, your happiness is the key here. Like, point blank, period. You have been like really miserable doing something, you know, maybe at one point it did make you happy, you know. That is something that happens too, right? Where, you know, I thought this was cool, but like, not really making me happy anymore, okay? So it's definitely time for you guys to switch gears, to move towards a path of happiness, of joy, of laughter, of excitement, adventure. Some of you could be, is it projectors, manifestor projectors or some shit? You know, and that might be what you need to follow a little bit more, is just like your inspiration essentially, and what really lights you up. That's the direction that you're meant to be going in. All right, so these are really beautiful messages for those of you that chose pile number 1, the half heart here. I am going to wrap it up here. If this resonated at all, please leave me a comment, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and until next time, sending you so much love. Take care. Bye. Hi, for those of you that chose pile number 2, the Cherries here. I don't know, every time I see this, I be thinking of a tattoo. It's probably this song that I like by the Marias, and she mentions this girl has a cherry tattoo. Okay, so I don't know if you have a tattoo or something like that. Maybe you're eating cherries right now. But I also just heard life is sweet, okay? Sweet like some cherries, all right? I even am getting a vision of an ice cream sundae with the, is it like the maraschino cherries or something on top? So yes, I'm getting that life is sweet, life is juicy. It's really good right now for those of you that chose pile number 2. So we're gonna see what comes out in these cards. I'm gonna set your little charm off to the side. For this new moon in Taurus, what can you, pile number 2, let fade out of your influence? We have the 2 of Wands, all right? So you are meant to let indecision fade out of your influence, all right? It's time to make a decision of some sort and move forward with your life, right? So also, it could be your ideology around decisions that you're needing to release as well, and having options, having multiple paths available to you. You know, some of you are meant to explore a lot of different paths in your lifetime. You might not be someone that has a very conventional or traditional approach, especially when it comes to career. You might be someone that kind of switches jobs quite frequently, and there's no judgment in that. Everybody is not meant to be, you know, working the same job for 30 plus years or some shit. So I see that you guys are, you know, a little different when it comes to your approach to that. And that's okay. You know, maybe you actually have had a lot of judgments about that towards yourself. Maybe you've put a lot of unnecessary pressure on yourself to kind of conform and just like, oh, just get a job and just be there and, you know, retire and all this shit. And you're just like, what? I just can't imagine, you know, possibly working for a company for that long or possibly doing the same thing. I'm getting some of you might have very strong mutable placements in your chart. That could be Gemini, Pisces, Virgo, Sagittarius, okay? Where you are someone that has a lot of different interests, you have a lot of different gifts and skills and talents and things, and you're meant to actually explore them all, as many as you can in this lifetime. So there's a need for you to kind of release the pressure around, you know, having a very like linear career path is something that I'm getting. Okay, your career path is the furthest thing from linear, pile number 2, and that is okay. All right, that's actually the path that you are meant to be taking here. So let's see, what can you commit to create going forward? We have the 4 of Pentacles. So some of you do need to commit to maybe some better financial habits moving forward. You know, Taurus energy is very much associated with the material realm and finances. Okay, so you might be someone, you know, in your very free spirited kind of way. You might not be the most grounded when it comes to your finances. Okay. So it is really important for you to, you know, prioritize your security. The 4 of Pentacles is really about kind of saving money. It's saving more than spending. Okay, so that might even be something that you need to consider when it comes to your budget, you know, and your ratio of spending to saving. So some of you might need to increase your savings here, you know, because that money can definitely come in handy for you, possibly when you're in between jobs, okay? Because you are someone that kind of switches up quite a bit. You probably have those in between phases where you're like, I'm not really working right now, or I'm trying to figure some stuff out. So, you know, you would have some money to kind of fall back on because you've been saving. All right. So that's something that's really important to get into. My mother, she always taught me that, you know, growing up, I still haven't fully embraced this lesson myself. So maybe I need to lean into this message here too. But my mother always taught me to pay yourself first. All right. You know, of course, we have bills and stuff that need to be paid or whatever. But even if that means like, man, I can only put aside $20 in my savings account for my paycheck, so be it. It's $20. It's $20 more than $0, right? So that's just something to consider as well, you know, how you can kind of pay yourself first, because you're the one working for the goddamn money, right? Granted, you do owe people and you have bills to pay and responsibilities and stuff like that, but you also have you to take care of. So there's a need to just like really prioritize your financial security here moving forward, okay? And kind of getting in check any like overspending, impulse buying, you know, things like that, okay? Because I get that you are someone that can be kind of like starry-eyed, and impulse buying might be a thing for you, like for real, where you see something like, ooh, it's so pretty, it's so shiny, it's so this, it's so that, and you're like, I want it, okay? So it's like, you're kind of needing to temper yourself a little more. I just saw even like a little kid kind of reaching out for something and a parent like, nope, you can't have that, okay? So it might be a situation like that where you have to tell your inner child at times, like, no, baby, you can't have that, okay? Or maybe you can have it, but we need to save some money for that, or we need to wait a little longer, right? So I heard delayed gratification. So that might be something that you're really needing to embrace a little bit more here. Maybe setting certain parameters around your spending. Like, okay, I know I like to, you know, buy me cute little bags or whatever, but I'm going to now, instead of just buying bags just because, like, I'm only going to buy me a bag when I have achieved, you know, a certain goal in my life. When I have been working out consistently for 6 months, then I'll buy me a bag. When I have gone to therapy for a year, like, I'm gonna buy me a bag then. Or when I get that next promotion, I'm gonna buy a bag. Okay, so it might not be bags for everybody. I'm just noticing the little bag in her hand, but it could be anything. Okay, where you are needing to just set some more strict boundaries around your spending. Okay, so what is the next step that you need to take? Look at you, your little starry-eyed self, you Page of Cups. You're so cute, okay? You are very free-spirited, whimsical, just kind of out here in the world, like a cute little creative artist, free spirit that you are, okay? So the next step that you need to take is to embrace a new beginning. All right, so for some of you, you might be in that space, like I was saying, transitioning out of one thing, moving into that next thing. And you might be really excited about it. That's usually how things kind of start, right? It's like, man, I'm really excited about learning something new, this new opportunity, you know, whatever the case may be. So definitely lean into the excitement of that, and ride the wave is something that I'm picking up on here as well. Okay, you are being invited to, like, embrace your inner child, but also know that that inner child is in relationship with your inner mother, with your inner father, right? And those various aspects of you are all meant to work together in harmony. So, you know, like I said, sometimes you gotta, like, no, like, that's a little pat, okay? We ain't causing no harm over here. I know we into gentle parenting. I do not condone abusing children at all. But it's like, no, baby, you can't do that, okay? So, you know, some of you, your inner child is loud. It might be the loudest part of you. So you got to make sure that it has the nest egg of the inner mother and inner father to kind of fall back on as well. So, you know, make sure that, you know, just like your parents kind of took care of you, or at least hopefully they took care of you as you were a child when you couldn't work and all that stuff. Now you're the parent, now you're the grown-up, so it's like, I gotta handle business for my inner child. Or for some of you, this could be your actual child with this Page of Cups. All right, or it's just like, look, I gotta, you know, set a good example for my kids, you know, when it comes to finances, so they can develop some really good habits when it comes to money moving forward. So it could be a situation like that coming through here as well. For some of you, just like putting yourself out there, like making new friends, being open to love, creating. These are all things that you're being guided to do at this time. For some of you, there could actually be a new source of financial income. So this could be a new job, but this could also be like a side hustle type of thing that you've got going on here. Something that you really are good at artistically. That could be bringing in some money for you as well. So that could be very exciting. Let's see what else we have coming through. There might also need to be an element of forgiveness at play with the Page of Cups. You know, forgiving, you know, past versions of yourself, for maybe like staying in situations for too long that you just really weren't compatible with, that you weren't a match with. So it could be something like that coming through. Let's see what else is coming through for pile number 2, Spirit. Last message for pile number 2 with the cherries. Ooh, look at that. We have reconciliation. So for some of you, that could be where this apology is coming through with the Page of Cups and forgiveness. Somebody could be coming in wanting to reconcile with you. Okay, I don't know if cherries could be significant to them too. Like, I don't know if they got a tattoo. Um, I just saw a keychain, like a little keychain thing. They could like cherries or something like that. But the fact that it's two cherries here, right? And then we got two people coming together. So some of you could definitely be reconciling with someone here in the near future, possibly a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Um, and you know, this is someone that wants to kind of travel with you. They want to go where you're going. I'm not getting that they're a leech or like they're a ball and chain or anything like that. I get like this is someone that is meant to like journey with you, walk with you, when it comes to like maybe this next phase of the journey or even longer, maybe a lifetime. Okay, this doesn't have to be an ex. This could be a friend for some of you, like a friend, and you didn't necessarily have to fall out with this person dramatically. This could have just been like maybe time, and life just created some distance between you and you just lost touch or some shit. But there's somebody that is definitely coming back onto the radar for you, pile number two, that is definitely meant to be a part of like this next phase of your journey, especially when it comes to your career and your creativity. All right. So, with that being said, I'm going to wrap up this message here, my loves. If this resonated at all, please like. Ooh, I want to say by the full moon, the next full moon in Scorpio, y'all could be reconciling. Okay. But all right, my loves, if this resonates, please like, leave me a comment, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And until next time, sending you so much love. Take care. Bye. Pile number three, let's tap in. If you chose this little pink heart, or not heart, excuse me, this is a little flower here, a cross flower thing. I don't know what's going on. But yeah, this can, maybe you just bought yourself like some pink flowers or something like that. But this is also just giving me like cross energy now that I'm looking at it. So I don't know if some of you are at church. It's Sunday here. Look, I don't know why you would be listening to this at church. Listen to the damn pastor, okay? But maybe after church or something like that, you guys are listening to readings or whatever. I don't judge. Like, I don't see the harm in people that are Christian watching tarot readings and shit. So take that up with your pastor or your God. I'm not the one that's here to judge you. So yes. But for others of you, this can represent like softness, beauty is coming through. It's kind of giving me soft girl era. I know Ari Lennox just released a new song. I don't know if it's called like soft girl or something like that, but it's kind of giving me that vibe. So maybe y'all want to check out that song. Maybe you are fans of hers. Um, there could be something about her situation that is similar to yours. If I'm not mistaken, people are saying that she's no longer signed with Dreamville and is now signed with Interscope Records. Don't quote me on any of this. So there could be something about like a trade of some sort, like maybe you're starting a new job or something. But even using the word trade, look, y'all, all types of people be watching this reading. You never know who crosses them, but it's making me think of sports, like somebody getting traded, you know, to a different team or something like that. So yeah, that's coming through as well. Moving into the cards, let's see what's going on. So for those of you that chose pile number three, the little flower thing here, what can you let fade out of your influence on this new moon in Taurus? We have the Hanged Man. So you're needing to release stagnancy. Some of you have been chilling a little too hard. Maybe that soft girl era has been resulting in you just kind of like waiting on any and everything, waiting on someone to come serve you hand and foot. And I'm not gonna hold you, like, sure, life can be like that in certain aspects, but like all around, it's not always gonna be like that. So, that's just not even like cosmic balance, nature, law. Like everything needs to be in balance. So consider the polarities of the feminine energy. On the other end of that is the masculine. So some of you are needing to maybe find a little bit more balance when it comes to your feminine energy, where you're very much like in waiting. Okay. And it might be a time for you to take a little bit more action. Now, I don't think you're just over there, just frivolously waiting and expecting like the world to just deliver all of your blessings on a silver platter. I do feel like there's been a lot of reflecting that's been going on. Um, maybe like meditating on things, journaling, just trying to get really clear about something, possibly before you make a move. But I'm getting the message that you've gotten all of the intel that you need on this situation. And it's kind of that time where it's like, all right, we can start moving forward here. So yes, the hangman is definitely inviting you to get out of limbo if you have been in that space and, start to move forward with whatever this is. It's like you've gained the enlightenment at this point. So I don't really know what else you're waiting on. So, what can you commit to create going forward for those of you that chose pile number 2? Yeah, as the 7 of Pentacles here. Um, so this is about, committing to seeing your goals, like follow them through to fruition. Okay. So for some of you, you're kind of like maybe at a middle point or even a plateau with something. And you might be wondering, like, I don't really know how to grow this any further. Like, I don't really know what to do. I just feel like I'm stuck, right? So for some of you, I'm actually getting that you need to maybe step away from something for a little while. This is like somebody that's kind of sitting over a plant like morning, noon, and night, and they're literally just watching and waiting for it to grow versus just going about their business, watering their plant when they need to, making sure it's getting sun and all of that shit. And then, a couple weeks later, they notice, like, oh my gosh, the plant has grown so much. All right. So it's kind of like that situation where you might be like hovering. I'm getting hovering, hoovering wanted to come through. I'm even getting, I don't know if that's what a helicopter parent is, but I'm getting something about you hovering a little too much. Okay. And you need to kind of take a step back from something. You might need to go like preoccupy yourself with something else, distract yourself in a healthy manner. And then come back to whatever this is that you've been kind of growing, working on. For some of you, it could be financial, career, business type of goals here. I'm even getting body goals as well, fitness goals, things like that, okay? Where you might be checking the scale like every day. Like, did I gain weight? Did I lose weight? Da 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 da. And it's like maybe instead of checking it every day, you're just going to check it once a week, okay? Or once a month, something like that. So you might need to make some adjustments there to where you're not just like, overly preoccupied with achieving your goal, okay? Um, just because you take a day off or something, it doesn't mean that, you're going to go backwards or you're not going to continue being successful. So it's something like that coming through here. Sometimes we notice more of that growth when we're not paying attention to it, to be completely honest. As someone that is a plant mom myself, um, I don't really do a lot with my plants. I mean, I'm sure there are other plant owners and they be doing like the most, but I am very like low maintenance when it comes to my plants. I just make sure they have water and some sun. And it's really interesting just watching plants grow because they'll like have little growth spurts and stuff like throughout the year. I was just like, sometimes I'll look at them and be like, damn, you wasn't growing for shit. And then like a month or two later, like they hit a little growth spurt or something. And it's just like, whoa. So, it's the same situation coming through for you personally. You might be looking at your bank account every 5 seconds and it's like, girl, like the money is still not there. It's not to say it's not coming, but your bank account is still the same, okay? So relax, like go take a walk, go ride a bike, go read a book, go catch up with a friend or something like that. Like you go just do something else. So let's move on to this next card. So, what is the next step that you need to take? Yeah, Six of Swords, you need to go. You need to like remove yourself from this situation just for a little while, like to catch your breath, um, to just kind of put your focus on something new. Some of you literally might be taking a vacation. Like, all right, let me get away from this. I'm over here just kind of doing the most. Let me go take me a little staycation, a weekend getaway, a road trip, something. All right. So have fun, be safe if that is something that you're doing. For others of you, like I said, it's more so about, kind of setting some boundaries with yourself, moving forward. Like, all right, like I said, for some of you, it might be a weight thing where you're like checking the scale every day. And it's just like that's kind of causing you more harm than it is good. So with the Six of Swords, this is someone that's moving on from that obsessive, compulsive tendency to like, okay, am I making progress? Am I making progress? Am I doing it? Am I doing it? Okay. Scrap all that shit. I'm getting for some of you, maybe even for the next 6 months. Okay. You're not going to be monitoring, evaluating, obsessing over whatever this is. And I guarantee you, 6 months from now, you're going to look back and be like, whoa, look at how much progress I've made, right? And it happened. Like, you didn't have to do the most to make it happen. And that might be what some of y'all are fearing. Like, well, if I stop caring about it, if I stop obsessing over this, then there's not going to be any more growth. That's not true. That's not true at all. You just kind of think about the natural world. And when it comes to plants and trees and stuff, like those aren't things that necessarily have to be tended to on a daily basis. All right. And they still be growing. Right. So it's the same thing when it comes to your goals and stuff as well. Like they still gonna be growing. I just heard your glutes. Okay, so some of you trying to grow that booty. Okay, I ain't mad at it. I am not mad at it. Grow that booty, girl. Like, or boy. Okay, shit, that booty finna be sitting up. Okay, but yeah, 6 months from now, she finna have the cakes. Okay. Let's see what else we got going on here for pile number 3. Talent. Okay, for some of you, it's a talent of yours. All right. So maybe, okay, so now I'm thinking in reference to YouTube. Maybe you're sharing a talent of yours on YouTube. And every day you're checking how many subscribers you have I grown, and what are my views looking like, and da 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 da. I'm preaching to the choir here because I have been in the habit of that, and it has gotten obsessive at points where it just takes the fun out of what I'm doing. Because I genuinely enjoy doing these readings, and I really don't care like how many subscribers I have or how many views I get. I just like doing the readings. So for some of you, you need to remind yourself that you just like doing the thing. All right, and the right people, they're gonna find you. Right. So this might be a challenge here that you're gonna kind of put into effect here, maybe these next 6 months. On the lower end of things, it might be 6 weeks, okay, where you can try this. Don't look at your subscribers for the next 6 weeks, right? You just keep creating and putting out your content, doing what you're doing. This could be on any platform. This can be on Instagram. This can be on TikTok, Threads, wherever you at, okay? Where I get that you really have been like monitoring your following, and you've been noticing like the fluctuations and this and that, and you're just kind of getting a little frustrated and feeling like it's not really taking off and all of this. But I'm telling you, if you like try this for the next 6 weeks, for some of you, for the next 6 months, you are going to notice some amazing growth within your platform, but also just within your gifts as well, because you're going to have more energy that is going towards the gift itself, the talent itself, and pouring into that versus like how people are receiving your talent. Yeah, I think that's something coming through here as well. Like you're really consumed with how people are perceiving your talent instead of just being present and enjoying the expression of your talent. Come on now. You know, because this talent of yours is likely something you do enjoy doing. So get back to the root of why you're doing what you're doing. And it's not for a bunch of followers and subscribers and shit. It's because you genuinely love to do what you love to do. So get back to that. And let the numbers and stuff kind of fall where they may. Like, none of that shit really matters in the grand scheme of things. All that matters is that you're happy and that you're out here embodying this talent of yours, expressing it, you know, letting it be seen, letting people witness you, whether they thank you for it or not, whether they subscribe or follow you or not. They have still been a witness to you and, you know, something beautiful that you're able to express through this talent of yours. Okay. I just heard touched by an angel. So some of you, when people come across whatever it is you do, it's like almost like they access heaven or some shit. Okay. And that's beautiful. And you know, you don't always get the praise and the thanks for that, right? Sometimes people aren't even able to put into words what you do for them. So I'm going to put it into words for them that yes, you know, whatever this is that you do, it's like people are being touched by an angel when you do it. So keep doing you, boo. Okay. So with that being said, for those of you that chose pile number 3, I'm going to wrap it up here. If this resonates at all, please leave me a comment, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And until next time, sending you so much love. Take care. Bye. All right, for those of you that chose pile number 4, the Saturn charm, some of you could be going through your Saturn return. Saturn might also be making some interesting aspects to planets in your natal chart right now. Saturn is the planet of restrictions and limitations and boundaries. It's associated with responsibility, authority. So it can be a bit of a tough cookie. All right. So some of you might be a tough cookie. Maybe you're dealing with some life circumstances right now that feels like, God damn it. Like, why does this have to be so hard? Okay. Which is interesting, especially in comparison to the last pile number 3, where I was kind of picking up on them being maybe a little bit more in their soft girl era. For you guys, you might feel like you're being hardened or toughened, you know, through the things that you're experiencing right now. And that's okay. You know, we are at different phases within our journey, so definitely don't feel the need to compare yours to anybody else's. But yeah, you know, one thing about Saturn, it will refine you. You know, it's not meant to just like break you down and chip away at you. You know, it is meant to make you stronger. It's meant to make you better. All right. You know, Saturn doesn't do with all the fluff and, you know, sure, that looks good on paper, but really underneath the surface, you suck. Like Saturn's like, nah, we gonna look good on paper. And then, you know, underneath the surface, we are amazing too. Okay. So that's basically what could be going on for you right now. So we're going to get into these cards for you, pile number 4, and see what is going on. So, what you can let fade out of your influence for this new moon in Taurus, we have the Queen of Cups. All right. So, you guys are letting go of control. The Queen of Cups is someone, you know, as you can see with her body language here, she is someone that is in a state of complete surrender. So if you feel like you've been coming up against a lot of adversity or things just haven't really been going your way, that could be that Saturn influence that I've been speaking of. Maybe it feels like it's been creating some blockages for you, and maybe it has been, okay? Some blockages, some delays or whatever. Keep in mind, we've been experiencing so many fucking retrogrades. I was so disappointed this year when I found out that we wouldn't have all planets direct for a couple of months at the start of the new year like we typically do, thanks to fucking Mars retrograde, that shit show. Like, y'all, I'm so glad it's over. Like, my Mars is in Cancer, so I was just having like the worst Mars return. I fucking hated every second of it. So we're past that. Mars is now into Leo, but keep in mind we also had Venus retrograde, we had Mercury retrograde, we had these major inner planets retrograde, okay? So that does cause, you know, slowdowns in our lives. Okay, the retrogrades tend to slow things down. So if you feel like, God damn, I just can't get ahead, I can't get a breakthrough, like nothing's really happening for me, you might have just gotten to a place where you're like, fuck it, God, you got it. Like, I'm not gonna push anymore. I'm not gonna, exert more energy and try and make things happen because it's not happening. So I'm just gonna kind of trust in your guidance and wherever the fuck you're leading me, because I have no motherfucking clue what you're doing, and I'm just gonna go with it. Okay, so that's one thing. The Queen of Cups, she's just like, all right, fuck it, you got it, I'm gonna go with it. Okay, so you could be here in this state of surrender, just letting go of the need to just kind of control things, letting go of the fear of, oh, it's not gonna happen because it hasn't happened yet. All right, I am getting that message coming through really strongly. There could be something that you have been maybe a little sad about, maybe even grieving and feeling like, oh, this thing is like never going to happen for me. But for some reason, I'm getting a strong message of yet. It has not happened for you yet. Okay, so some of you just got to be patient and know that, your time is coming. Know that everybody has their time as well. Maybe you feel like, oh, I've just been skipped over and God just doesn't care about me. The universe just don't give a fuck. No, that's not the case. You haven't been forgotten, you haven't been skipped over. It just isn't your time yet. It makes me think of that song, Vanessa Williams, The Best for Last, Save the Best for Last, or something like that. So yeah, I'm getting like some of you might feel like you experience things a lot later than like people around you. So maybe you're not married yet, maybe you don't have kids, maybe you don't have a house, maybe you haven't really gotten established in your career, maybe you haven't done this, that, da 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 da, right? And you're kind of looking around, maybe at your peers, your siblings, your cousins, whoever, and you're like, damn, like I kind of feel like I'm getting left behind, or I just am, I don't know. I'm just not getting it like everybody else, but I'm just getting it's a timing thing. Okay. What can you commit to create going forward? We have the Lovers. For some of you, it's a love thing. Okay. You feel like, I've never been in a serious relationship. Like my peers, some of these motherfuckers been married and divorced, and I ain't even had a boyfriend or a girlfriend. Okay. So it could be a situation like that. But this is what you are meant to create moving forward, is a loving union between you and your counterpart. Okay, so this looks really beautiful. Some of y'all with this new moon in Taurus, you might need to work you a little love spell. Okay, I know the girls, they like to criticize love spells, like I don't. um and I get why they do it, but it kind of annoys me because they're only looking at love spells through like a very one-dimensional way. A love spell does not have to be like a binding spell, or you're trying to control someone's free will. You can do a general love spell to just attract love into your life that isn't associated with a specific person in mind. Okay, when you're doing spells on people, yeah, that's when things get a little tricky and it's like, whoa, free will. But just to draw in and attract love into your life, by all means necessary, do what you got to do. This witch is in full support of it. Okay, so go ahead and crank that love spell. Write down a list of qualities that you would like in your counterpart. And if you got some anointing oil, I'm thinking about my holy matrimony oil. I'm pretty sure I'm out of everything right now. I need to do a big restock here, which there will be more info on that coming soon. But yeah, like definitely, even working with some little rose essential oil or something like that. Getting you could do a red candle, especially with the red here in the background. Light you up a little red candle. Draw that love into your life. Now I'm hearing that song. Turn your lights down low. Is that what that's called? I want to give you some good loving. Move, like, I just gotta have all the pop-ups when I'm looking for something. Yeah, turn your lights down low. Bob Marley, the Wailers, Miss and Lauryn Hill. Okay, I didn't know, is that her name? She goes by Miss Lauryn Hill. I thought it was just Lauryn Hill. The more you know. But yes, that song is coming through. Turn your lights down low. Okay, so somebody wants to give you some good love. And for some of you, yes, you were not meant to come into this partnership maybe until after your Saturn return. All right, I jokingly had posted that on Threads like a long time ago. I was like, I recommend waiting to get married until after your Saturn return. Now, of course, you know, it all just depends on the person too, but yeah, for some of you, you have been saved the headache of maybe a fucking divorce or some shit that would have happened had you like been in a marriage sooner than that. All right, so trust your path, baby. You know, you are where you need to be. What is the next step that you need to take towards your path? We have the Four of Swords, so there is a little healing that needs to take place on your end. You know, we got her little heart here off in the corner. So, but I'm also getting you're needing to open up. I guess some of you have been healing long enough. Maybe you've been in this Four of Swords kind of cocoon cycle, and I've been working on myself, and you know, I've been in therapy, and I've been addressing all of my emotional wounds and childhood stuff, this, that, the third, right? But it's like, okay, eventually you got to actually like put yourself out there in the world and see if the work is actually working. Okay, because that's how you know the work is working, when you're in relationship with others and you know you're like, hey, like, we rocking, we rolling, this is cool. All right, so there could be a situation you might be coming out of this kind of quiet do not disturb mode essentially, and now you're like, okay, disturb me. No, I'm not saying you want to be disturbed per se, but like you're like, okay, I'm open, like, you know, let's talk, let's chat, let's get to know each other, you know, let's go on some dates, let's see what's out there, right? For some of you, this might be with a specific person. It could be, all right. If you have had some distance between you and somebody, y'all might be doing a little reconciliation, a little 1-2 here. But you know, for the most of you, I do see this could be something or someone that is completely new, all right, that you are opening up to. So we love to see that for you, pile number 4. Let's see what else we got coming through. Yeah, I'm getting like this kind of apathy, like, I just don't want to talk. I don't want to get to know anybody. Like, it just seems like such a drag. Get a little more excited, like, just about even knowing people. I think when we're so focused on an end goal, like, oh, I gotta get married to this person and have a family and all this shit, that it takes the fun out of dating, which is really like you're just getting to know different people. And you might even find like, oh, I went on a couple dates with this guy or whatever, and he's really cool, but I don't think we're a good match romantically, but I think he'd be a great friend. Like, he likes to go hiking like I do, so we're gonna join a hiking club together and we just gonna be friends, right? So take the pressure off of like, oh, the end goal, and we gotta be in a relationship, we gotta get married, we gotta do XYZ. And it's like, what am I meant to learn from this person? What am I meant to learn through my experience with them? You know, they might teach you something about yourself that you didn't even know. Because relationships, they can be mirrors, right? Let's see what else we got going on. Going on with pile number 4. Pile number 4. got career. Okay, so we got career and love stuff coming for you because this is mostly love, what I'm seeing in the tarot. But we also have career. Maybe someone that you're meant to meet. You could be meeting them through your career, or someone that you do meet romantically. They could be the spark for you to kind of pivot into a different career. Maybe something that they do, or it could be something they see in you, right? Like, damn, I think you'd be really good at XYZ. Have you ever thought about that? And you might be like, damn, actually, I never have thought about that. You know, I went to school for this, so I was kind of pursuing this, but they're like, nah, like, you should definitely look into this. Okay, so it could be a situation like that coming through where this person is going to essentially kind of open up a whole new door of possibilities for you when it comes to your career. So this is really exciting. I love to see this for you, pile number 4. So if this resonates at all, oh, go ahead too with this new moon. Work that candle magic for your boo, but also work it for your career too, because you definitely finna level up. I'm seeing that in the cards, all right? So with that being said, pile number 4, if these messages resonated at all, please like, leave me a comment, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And until next time, sending you so much love. Take care. Bye.